Well, since today is Labor Day, which is pretty much the end of the summer season, I am going to be giving you my top 10 movies that I saw this summer. Now, there's a movie on this list that, if there's a movie that did not make this list, but that you liked a lot, just let me know in the comments section down below. But anyhow, let's get started with number 10, which is Terminator Genisys. Now, I wasn't originally planning on going to see this movie when it first came out. I was like, I could skip this. But then after being bored one day, I was like, why the hell not? I'll just go see it. I mean, besides kind of the iffy, confusing writing and some of the forgettable cast, this movie has this movie's pretty good with some great action scenes, some pretty good acting from J.K. Simmons and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, overall, this is like a fun, like a summer movie. Or a midsummer movie, so yeah, I go check it out. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. Okay, number 9 is The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Now, I did not expect much from this movie. Even though I do like Guy Ritchie movies, I didn't expect much. But damn, was this good. With Henry Cavill, Armie Hammer, and Alicia Vikander working all together, like between the U.S. and the Soviet Union, trying to stop a nuclear warhead. It was just... While the storyline may have not been that clever, I just like the fast-paced directing by Guy Ritchie. This movie did have its issues, and I'll explain the 3 reasons why The Man from U.N.C.L.E. failed. I got the box office like later on this week, but anyhow, this movie I feel like was just a nice, great spy thriller, and I think like that anyone should go see it like for a good end of summer movie. All right, number 8 is Avengers: Age of Ultron. I mean. Now, when I went to go see this movie, I expected it to be great, and it ended up being great. It was just like the Avengers with pretty good comedy, pretty good action. And, the villain was improved definitely from Ultron, from Loki to Ultron. I could see that, although some of the chemistry between Iron Man and the Hulk, I didn't really get the rivalry between that. I also didn't get the rivalry between Captain America and Iron Man. But still, overall, this movie, like any good sequel should, it improves on the action, improves on the dialogue, and improves on the fun. Okay, number 7 is Inside Out, and while this is a very good animated movie, I don't think it's the best movie of the year. Yes, it has great animation, great vocal talents, chemistry, and yes, a great premise, but I just, for whatever reason, I feel like this is Pixar's best movie of the decade, but not their best movie of all time. Just my personal preference. But yeah, Inside Out, you've heard all the good reviews about it, and you're just hearing me saying that it was a pretty fun time. Alright, number 6 is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Now, when I first went to go see this movie, I'm like, oh god, it's another Tom Cruise movie. Hopefully it won't be the same stuff as like Ghost Protocol. And surprisingly, it wasn't. I mean, while Ghost Protocol was great and based off the stunts, Rogue Nation took kind of like the spy element from the first one, along with the comedic talents of Simon Pegg, and yes, writing from Edgar, and yes, talents of Simon Pegg and Alec Baldwin, even though he made brief appearances in there. But still, Tom Cruise still knows how to make a pretty decent movie as producer and actor. I mean, the action, it doesn't go over the top, it just does what it needs to do. The villain's pretty good, although not as good as Ghost Protocol's villain, I think. But still, I mean, I just love the action, love the writing, and I mean, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation was certainly a surprise this summer. Okay, number 5 was Ant-Man. Now, this was probably my favorite superhero movie of the year, along with Age of Ultron, and yes, surprisingly, Fantastic. But yeah, Ant-Man, everything from Baskin Robbins to Thomas the Tank Engine was great, along with Michael Pena, Paul Rudd, T.I., and yes, even Michael Douglas. I mean, while the story may be kind of simple, like the action and the comedy is just, again, it's like what I expected from Age of Ultron, only get rid of some of the bullshit relationships in there and just replace it with like, kind of generic, but like, tolerable ones that are likable, and I mean, you get a great movie known as Ant-Man. I hope they do a sequel. Please let they make a sequel to Ant-Man. Alright, number 4 is The Gift. Now, when I first saw the trailer for this movie and I was asking my friends about going to see it, they were all like, hell no, I'm staying away from this movie. And too bad they did, because this was a really good thriller. I mean, director Joel Edgerton, which was, by the way, his first movie, also starred in this movie with Jason Bateman, and it's about a stalker's relationship from a bad high school experience, and let me tell you, it is a one hell of a movie. I mean, it doesn't use jump scares or blood in it, but rather it uses psychological horror like in Silence of the Lambs kind of thing. What I also like about this movie is they don't tell you direct answers about what's going on. You have to kind of figure out for yourself. And so that's what I usually love about these types of movies, and I highly recommend going and seeing it. Alright, number 3 is Straight Outta Compton. Now, if you've already seen my review of it, you know that I'm a big hip-hop fan. I listen to these NWA since I was an early teenager, so you already heard the good reviews about the acting and stuff like that, so I'm just going to give you my basic scoop of it. Straight Outta Compton, while it is a long movie, it is well-paced, well-edited, great acting. They left out a couple things, but whatever. But yeah, Straight Outta Compton, just when I thought the summer was going to die out, it brought it right back to life. Alright, number 2 is Spy. Now, when I first saw this movie, I thought, oh god, it's going to be like Mike and Molly. Don't tell me, because I'm usually not a big Melissa McCarthy fan. But I mean, after seeing this movie, it gave me hope, really. I mean, the writing was just excellent. I was just laughing nonstop throughout it. Jason Statham was surprisingly good, along with Jude Law and Melissa McCarthy. I mean, this was honestly freaking hilarious. I mean, when this movie comes out to digital or DVD, I recommend seeing it very much. But my number 1 favorite movie of the summer, and it was a movie that I saw pretty early on in the year, was Mad Max Fury Road. Now, here's my story about how I saw this movie. Alright. Now, originally when I saw the trailer for this movie, I was like, I could skip it. But then I know someone who, him and his girlfriend, offered me to go see it. I was like, sure, why not? So I took my friend Orange Bowl also to go see this movie. And oh my god, from the minute it started till the minute it closed, I mean, just the action and the less amount of dialogue. I mean, not saying that Straight Outta Compton and Spy were bad, but I'm just saying that, Mad Max Fury Road blew it out of the water. I mean, very rarely do you get action movies like this anymore, where it's like you don't need a lot of speaking, or you don't need the forcing comedy. You just can get a visual masterpiece out of this movie. I mean, when I originally reviewed this, I give it a 9.5 out of 10, but now I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 for just kind of revamping the action genre of movies and just kind of bringing it back to life. I mean, Tom Hardy is I know some people who didn't like this movie because of the minimalistic of writing, but hey, you don't really need that much for a movie like Mad Max. A picture says 1,000 words, really. It really does. So yeah, that's it for my top 10 movies I saw this summer. Let me know what you thought of my list. And please put down your own list in the comment section. Till again, this is White Rice signing out. And yes, I will be doing more movie reviews. And the next one will be The Visit by M. Night Shyamalan. Yes, dear God, let's see how I go for this movie. See you around, people. Bye.